Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of May 2020. I hope you all are staying well. I know this is a very challenging time for all of us, and all I can say is stay strong. And we're going to get through this. We really will. All right, for the readings this month, I'm going to be using my white tarot deck. For clarifiers, I will use my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then, Capricorn, I'm going to close out your reading with a numerology guidance card. Now, if this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. Also, you will notice that I do read jumper cards, meaning that sometimes as I shuffle, you will see cards fly out of the deck or flip over or whatever. Those are the cards that I pay attention to because I do believe that they're trying to communicate something specific. All right, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and see what is coming up for you in the month of May 2020 as it relates to, money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. I don't feel like these were upside down when they flew out. Because these cards feel like they were right side up. So I'm going to go with it. So what do we need to know for the sign of Capricorn as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of May 2020? All right, Capricorn, let's get things laid out here so we can see what's going on. All right, Capricorn. You're going to be feeling so many shifts as we move into the new month of May. It's like things are going to be changing so unexpectedly, so out of your realm, out of your comfort zone. You're just going to be really feeling like things are just kind of all over the place, especially as it relates to balance, stability, and just also, I'm feeling like a lot of emotions, too, when I see this Queen of Cups. Also, the King of Cups. Interesting. Okay. King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, upright. Then we have the World reverse and Hierophant upright. Like I said, I look at these cards and I can really see that you are going to be feeling a little out of sorts as we move into the month of May. Now, this is not something to really worry about. This is not something to feel disjointed or anxious about. It's just things are kind of shifting, okay? And they are shifting in your favor in several ways, especially as it relates to your money. Now, the thing is you're going to have to really keep a tight rein on your emotions. Don't allow yourself to get emotionally overwhelmed. And I say that because I see the King and the Queen of Cups here. Now, this suit is all about emotions, feelings, sometimes sensitivities. Now, you're really going to just have to pay attention to how you feel, but don't allow your feelings to override other areas or to prioritize or dominate certain areas of your life, especially when it comes to finances, work, money, investments, business, and so on. So as things start shifting, you're really going to be having to put things in balance. You may have to be really meticulous about your money as well. You're going to have to pay attention to what you're spending, what you're saving, how much of your money is going, and to whom and to where. Also, when you're making your payments. Just make sure that you stay on top of that because that's going to give you a lot of security and a lot of comfort just knowing that you've got things under control in that way. Now, the good thing is with this Nine of Cups here, whatever it is that you've been working towards, whatever it is that you've been kind of hoping for, things are going to start moving in that direction. Now, you're going to be feeling you're going to be feeling like something is right, okay? You know how sometimes we have that feeling something is wrong? Well, for you, you're really going to be feeling that things are right. You're going to be feeling that things are okay. You're going to be feeling that things are really shifting. And while everything is not totally settled in place, you're going to feel like they're moving in that direction. Excuse me. Now, we do have the World card here in reverse. Now, when I see the World card in reverse, it really means that something is incomplete. Something is not all the way done. The cycle has not yet finished. So if you have some loose ends that you're trying to work on or things that you're trying to complete, really focus on that. Really focus on that completion energy as we move into the first week of May. Now, the other thing about this too is that sometimes things are going to kind of grow and cycle in their own time and in their own way. And you just kind of have to sit back and allow it to be. You can't force it. You can't, change it. You can't, be too anxious about it. Just know that something is not complete. We don't have all the final answers, but we do have enough to where we can feel secure and we can see the direction that things are headed. Finally, we have the Hierophant in the upright position. You're really going to be probably checking in with yourself, especially as your spirituality is concerned. Now, this is something different from intuition or your intuitive abilities, so to speak. This is really more about sometimes religious authority, but it's also sometimes just certain areas of our life where we're more about the judgment of how we're showing up and the judgment of how we are doing things and handling things in our own lives. It's kind of like an inward focus. Now, the other thing is you could also be going on a little bit of a journey of exploration where you're trying to figure out exactly how to make sense of everything. You have questions and you're trying to see how it all fits together and how you fit in the situation. And you may not get all of those questions answered at this time, but at the same time, you are trusting and you are seeing things from a unique perspective that you just probably never either considered before, or you're looking at things in a way that never felt right before. And you're ready to kind of change it up. And that's a good thing. All right, Capricorn, let's see what else is showing up for you for the month of May 2020 as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the sign of Capricorn, what's going on with Capricorn's money? What do we need to know for the sign of Capricorn? All right, Capricorn. Now, one thing I can say is that work is definitely going to be showing up for you. This could be, if you have a job, you can probably expect to either hear from your job if you, say were laid off, furloughed, something like that. Or there's going to be opportunities for work for you, and they'll be showing up in that second week of May. Now, the only thing about this is that the work that is showing up is not necessarily something that you're really excited about doing, but because of the circumstances, you're willing to kind of take whatever you can at this time because you're feeling like, number one, you need to stay busy. Number two, you want to bring in some more money, of course. But at the same time, I think you really want to kind of just keep yourself active. And that's really what I'm seeing here. It's like you're doing work more about trying to, sorry about my doggy. Okay, now it is about keeping active, and it's also too about you staying connected in some type of professional sense, either connected to your employer or really just you connected to the particular industry that you're in, either for work or for your business. Now we do have the Page of Wands here. This is a delayed message of some sort as it relates to work. If you're expecting to hear back about someone or something, anything work or professionally related, it's probably going to be delayed, you know, and you may get word of the delay as we move into that second week of May. Or it could just be the message is that things are on hold or that there's a delay. Now we also have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is a very positive card, one of my most favorite cards in the deck. This is about achievement. This is about a job well done. This is about being rewarded for good work, being recognized financially. Sometimes too, it also means that you just are feeling very, very secure in your own financial situation, or you're kind of moving in that direction. You are getting closer to your financial goals, and you're really starting to see the potential of what you can do and how you can use your money for increase. Whether that be increasing your savings, whether that be investing, or maybe just pursuing some type of a money-making opportunity or project that you're passionate about. Now, we also have the Four of Pentacles here. The Four of Pentacles is all about you paying attention to your money. Again, you have to be on top of your budget, on top of your spending, on top of your savings. If you are working on paying down some debt, try to do your best to get a handle on that. But at the same time, don't stress about it, okay? You're going to be okay. And I can also tell you that when I do see the Four of Pentacles, it also means that you're being very, very cautious with your money. You're being very, very particular about how you spend. And I think that's a very smart move, especially at this time. So, you know, just don't overdo it, but at the same time, allow yourself to enjoy what you have. And I think, too, you kind of are in the right mindset that you're preparing for the future and you're doing what you can to save. And whatever it is, it's working, okay? So I don't want you to be anxious about anything, because what you are doing is definitely setting you up for success. Like I said, too, work is going to be showing up. I think we already talked about that with the Seven of Pentacles here. Excuse me. It means you are going to have work showing up. It may not necessarily be something that you want to do or are looking forward to doing. But at the same time, you know, you do feel blessed and lucky to have the opportunity. And so, you know, if it feels right and if it, excuse me, if it works for you, go ahead and take the work or the opportunity that does show up. And just know that it's not going to be this way forever, and that you will have other options and you will have more flexibility as things progress. Finally, we have the Devil card in the upright position. Now, when I see this card here, you really have to examine on a deeper level. What are you attached to that may not be necessarily in your best interest? Usually when this card shows up, it's an indication of an unhealthy attachment to something. Sometimes it's just a bad habit. It can even go so far as to point out addictions on some level. But what I'm feeling in the context of this reading is that you may have an attachment to something that could be costing you money. Therefore, it may not necessarily be the best timing to be doing this. You know, it could be gambling. It could be maybe a shopping thing. You know, whatever the case may be, be very, very careful that your attachment to this does not disrupt other areas of your life, especially as it relates to your finances. All right, Capricorn, but let's go ahead and get some more clarity on this. What do we need to know for the sign of Capricorn as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? All right, Capricorn, again, you're going to be really feeling those emotional highs and lows as we move into the third week of March. Also, too, we've got that Two of Pentacles here. We saw him up here. So you're going to have to be kind of balancing the money again as we move into that second half of May. I hope I did say May. Now I'm thinking, did I say March when I was shuffling the cards? I don't know. If I did, I meant May. But as we move into the second half of May, I do see that, again, your emotions are going to kind of be on high alert. In other words, you're going to be really sensitive. Now, this could be just, a result of, kind of being shut in the house for so long, a disruption to our normal everyday lives. Really have a lot of us feeling overly sensitive and a little bit overly protective, and in some cases overly guarded about, how we feel, who we interact with, and that type of thing. And I do see you going through a little bit of that as we move into the second half of May, Capricorn. But it's something that I think you're going to come through okay. Just be gentle with yourself and just know that, again, this is not going to last forever and that you will move past it. You have some great opportunities to work with some people. Looks like you have a new project starting. Again, probably in the second half of the month. Looks like something that you probably were not expecting, but it shows up for you in a big way and you decide to go for it. You decide to roll with it. I do see some collaborations happening here where you start working with other people. And the good thing is that you work with other people who have strengths in areas that you don't. So you could maybe work with someone who is really, really good at marketing, and maybe you're good, with accounting or whatever the case may be. But you are going to be working with people who complement you in some way, shape, or form. These are people who can kind of support you in areas where you need, and then you do the same thing where you support them in areas that they need. So be on the lookout for a brand new project showing up for you and an opportunity. Now, you may not necessarily jump in right away, but it is something that shows up for you and you do have some time to consider it, because it looks like there is a financial element tied to that will help you, and that will probably bring you another stream of income if you work it. So, like I said, as we're moving into the second half of the month, Capricorn, I'm really feeling like it's almost like it's like you're going through a growth phase. You're going through a growth cycle. And as you're going through this growth cycle, you're learning how to relate to different areas of your life. And you're also learning how to kind of adapt. Something that we're all kind of going through. But Capricorn, you seem to be adapting in your own way that kind of takes you in a new area that you probably just didn't consider. And I hope this is making sense. But sometimes some people, the way they adapt to changes is not by doing something different, but doing the same thing in a different way. And I feel like for you, Capricorn, that's kind of the trek that you're on. That's kind of, what you are really doing, because you have your own way of dealing with stuff. So let's see what else shows up for the sign of Capricorn as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of May 2020. All right, I felt like there was another card that wanted to come out, and I'm going to... Okay. Let's move everybody down. All right, Capricorn. So as we get towards the end of May 2020, you're going to see that you're going to have, I keep seeing opportunity here. I keep seeing an offer. If you have a job, you're going to have the opportunity to go back to your job. If not, there is going to be something else showing up for you. And I'm feeling like this is something bigger or better than what you previously had, especially because I see the Fool and the Page of Wands here. This is good news coming in. Now, this is what I'm feeling like. This is the information that you were waiting for here. Because remember, we saw the Page of Wands here, and this was the delayed message. I'm feeling like by the end of the month, you're going to get that message. You're going to get that news. You're going to get that information that you were waiting on, that you were expecting earlier in the month. It's going to show up towards the end of the month. Now, we also have the Page of Pentacles here in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse is news and information about money. Now, sometimes this is indirectly related to money too. Sometimes the Page of Pentacles talks about not only money, wealth, and business, but also sometimes it's digital technology. So I don't know if you're in the tech industry. This could be something related to some changes in that particular industry. If not, you can also look at this as sometimes technical disruption, sometimes tech problems, tech issues, digital things that are kind of screwing up. Sometimes, you could have things happen that just happen, outside of your control. Whatever the case may be, you can probably sense that that's going to be happening towards the end of May. Now, the good thing is we have the Fool card here. Now, the Fool card means going in a brand new direction, starting a new journey, a new adventure. While I don't see this as being travel related, I do see it as being something business related, something money related. And like I said, the opportunity that does show up for you is going to be something bigger and on a much more higher level than what you were doing before. We also have the Six of Pentacles here, which means you're starting to get very, very comfortable in your money flow. Now, this is not to say, of course, you don't have all the money that that you want or that you're desiring right now, but money flow is starting to increase. You're starting to feel, like you can take care of your bills and you're not feeling so strapped and so limited anymore, that you're starting to have a little bit of flexibility with your funds and with your income. Now, we also have the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands, sometimes it's when you feel like giving up, or sometimes when you feel it's like you want to do something, but something's holding you back. And sometimes it's something that's holding you back is nothing external, but it's internal. So we really have to go within and examine our beliefs, examine our thought processes, examine our ingrained habits, and see, is something really holding us back from what we want to do or what we want to accomplish? Is this something that I really need to give up on? I'm feeling discouraged. I'm feeling frustrated. Do I want to let this project go? Do I want to keep doing something if it's not working out? You're really going to have to go within to find the answers, because I know you will find the answers, Capricorn. It's nothing that you can't overcome. It's nothing that you haven't dealt with before, because I'm feeling like this is something that shows up from time to time where you feel a little frustrated and discouraged and you're ready to kind of just scrap everything. But really go within, because I'm feeling like this is something that is going to give you the opportunity to grow, and you're going to learn something new about yourself in the process. Finally, we have the Knight of Wands. This means things start moving and happening quickly as we move out of May and we go into June. Now, the Knights are all about that swift moving energy. It means things shuffle in, but then they can also shuffle out. And because this is the very last card, I'm feeling like this is telling us that things are really going to start moving and shaking for you as we move into the next month. In other words, as we move into June, you can look for like things happening very, very quickly, especially as it relates to your work, to your money, and to your business. So overall, Capricorn, you have a very interesting month. You have a month of emotional sensitivities, but at the same time, you do have money flow. It's a steady increase of money flow and opportunities happening for you throughout the month. Also, to look for some new things popping up for you. I see that here and here. You're going to have some new opportunities, some new projects showing up, and you're going to have plenty of time to make a decision. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a numerology guidance card. These are some beautiful cards, and here we go. Number 9, completion. Now, I remember we talked about this when that World card showed up, And I had said when I see this card, that means that the cycle is not yet complete. There is something that is still undone. But now that I see this, I'm thinking that as we move, excuse me, as we move through the month, you are going to see things come to completion in their own time and in their own way. So just go ahead and trust that things are coming full circle and things will be complete, and you'll know when. You'll feel it, and you'll be able to recognize it when it is. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations, feel free to drop those down in the comment section below. And if you are interested in a private reading, I will have that information linked in the description for you as well. All right, Capricorn, I hope you have a rock solid month of May, and we'll do this again next month.